Let's look at this 70s Aria Pro 2 banjo made in Japan. You'll notice we have a lot of these banjos now because we sought them because they're incredible value, and we fix them up. So let's hear what it sounds like. Let's look at this banjo. You'll notice that all the banjos we have pretty much look almost new, and the reason is because we have a special buffer, and we spent about 5 hours, and we totally go through the banjos. Looking at this banjo, it has the clamshell tailpiece right here. It has your one-piece armrest, which has 2 feet on it. Okay. All these banjos, honestly, are made after the Gibson banjos. And it's got the same binding that you would find on an RB800 banjo by Gibson. And let's go up the neck here for a second because it's got the hearts and flowers inlay. I believe it's an ebony neck. And you can notice that the banjo's in really good shape. You have to remember this banjo is approximately 45 years old. And at that time, the workmanship was really good. And one of the reasons we do the videos like this is when you receive a banjo from us, you pretty much know what you're getting. So let's turn this over a little bit and look at the back of the neck. And you can notice that, notice the back of the resonator, and we'll go up the neck, and you'll notice it's a slight sunburst here. Once again, you'll notice it's in really good shape, original keys. And the only thing let's look at the bass. Now, sometimes when you get a banjo, some of the plating, and I'm talking about in little parts, this is not unusual, comes off. So right there, if you can see that. Now, the cool thing about that shows you that is brass, which is the best material. If that was a dull, kind of a metallic look, then you'd know it wasn't a very good tone ring. So that authenticates that. Okay. And once again, we'll look at the binding around the edge of the resonator. All right. And we'll put that down. And as we've said before, we're really surprised the amount of banjos that came out of the 70s that really weren't played much at all. And I think it was because when dueling banjos hit, everybody went out and bought a banjo. And then after a while decided, oh, maybe this is harder than I thought. Okay, so you can see that the shell's in really good shape. Now, this is a multi-ply shell. There's about 10 different plies in here. And age does miracles. 2 things happen. One, the wood in the neck and the rim stabilize. So if you have a 30 or 40-year-old banjo that plays well, it's not going anywhere. Whereas if you have a banjo that's brand new, sometimes the wood still has to dry out and you could possibly have issues. So what's cool is you've got an aged banjo, you've got a banjo of incredible workmanship, and you have a banjo that we've spent 5 hours at least on making sure everything works, and it's priced extraordinarily reasonable for what it is. It would be if this banjo were made today in America, it would cost 3 times what this banjo costs. So not only can we give you a good product, but you can get it at a reasonable price. And then if you decide to trade up or sell it at some point, it will retain a lot of its value. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they lose some value, but it's not like a boat, you know. Anyway, that's that. So if you have any questions, just call Andy at 404-372-5482. Or if you want to come and see us, we've got about 120 different used banjos. We're the only place in the world. I was telling somebody the other day that for you to hear the same amount of tones and banjos and compare that you can do here by being here for 5 hours would take about 22 years, because you'd have to go to the banjo, you'd have to play it, and you don't even know if it's set up. And then you might compare it to another banjo 2 weeks later, but of course you can't remember what the first banjo sounded like. Anyway, so if you want to come visit us, let us know a day in advance, because sometimes we're out looking for banjos. And that's pretty much it. If you like these videos, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll be getting them. And that's it. So we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we'll look forward to talking to you.